do all these signs mean? This V sign, the tone, the one eye that mostly famous people make and girls. Well, it seems totally crazy, but I have the idea that they are of alien origin. It's alien symbolism. And I will show you how I came to this conclusion, and you can judge for yourself. And there will be no Photoshop bullshit, only facts, logic and reason. I will try to do it as quickly as possible to keep it under 30 minutes. As many of you informed know, a lot of it has to do with Egypt, because it was the first sort of modern controlled civilization. And the Hasidic rabbis, they are the top of the Jews, and they are the false Jews. Yes, it's very ironic. They control the Jewish world, and through the Jews they take over the world. That's what's happening now. They're trying to create a new world order, and they have told us this in the movie Pi. In the movie Pi, they said they were the priesthood behind the pharaohs, so they controlled Egypt, and now they are the priesthood behind the presidents, like this Merkel in Germany, or Trump, and before Obama, Clinton, Bush, everybody. And it seems crazy. You get your information from movies and also series and songs, and not from mainstream media. Are you crazy? Well, the mainstream media lie. But I do agree with rational people that it has to be reasonable, getting this information from movies, and it has to fit in the pattern, or it has to make some sense. You cannot just grab any information from movies. I get that's true. But this information, for example, that they controlled Egypt, is also this Rosetta Stone that Napoleon dug up in Egypt. On the stone it already says the same thing as in this movie. In the movie they say the false Jews, the Hasidic rabbis, they controlled the pharaohs behind the scenes in Egypt. And then on this old stone, probably some 6,000 years old, it says the same thing. So that gives a lot of credibility to this message from this movie. And of course that's how you have to check things. I agree. But the following principle applies. Official dumb lies, like the CNN, but also CBS, Fox is 666. Well, they're all satanic. All this big information, also the government. And the truth that gives a chance is in obscure places. That's where you have to look. So this Egypt, it returns now in symbolism on cars. I first give this example that they used this symbolism before, and then I go to the symbolism that all these famous people and girls make. Because the Volkswagen logo of these cars is 2 pyramids. Renault is a French car brand and has so these 2 pyramids. Citroën, 2 pyramids. Peugeot, the lion, yes, from the Sphinx, from Lion Zion. That's how symbolism works. It has to make you think of things. It's that easy, yeah, that simple it is. BMW, the 2 colors of the Freemasons, has to remind you of the Freemasons, the black and the white. And they also made up all these religions to control us, to manipulate us. These bastards. I mean, people fall for it. I mean, to be so gullible, to fall for all this stuff. And this is the morning star, the star that guided 3 wise when they went to Jesus when he was born in Bethlehem. And this is Mazda, one of those other made-up gods. Nissan is such a Jewish god of time. And this is the lightning bolt from Opel, a German car brand. Because in the Bible it says, so Satan fall to earth on a lightning bolt. That's where it comes from. Alfa Romeo, this Italian brand with the dragon, it's a symbol for Satan, like the snake. And they like the stars too. This Audi from, this is the rings from Saturn, also in the Olympic logo. And this Toyota, this is Saturn with the ring. And Subaru is the Pleiades, the 7 sisters also known. So symbolism that the Hasidic rabbis and slash the aliens that they like, it is a fact. You just saw it. So I've proven the working principle. And there is an alien connection. I will limit the example that Jews, the Hasidic rabbis are connected to the aliens with one example, but it's also the most important one. It has to do with Bible Revelation 9:11. For they have a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. That's Satan, of course. And that's why 9/11 happened on 9/11. It's an ode to Satan. That's why they did it on 9/11. And they explained in this Gravity Falls, it's a children's cartoon, but it's again, you have to look for the truth. Here it says bottomless pit. This Gravity Falls is so genius, it's like the Third Testament. So much is explained about our nature, how people are, and also that there are aliens, that they want to destroy the world at the end, in the end time. All these things are explained in Gravity Falls. And they confirm that the bottomless pit, he says it in one episode, is a wormhole. He literally says that it looks like a wormhole. So, they have a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. The bottomless pit looks like this. And the angel of the bottomless pit are the aliens. So Revelation 9:11 is the most important one, without a doubt. For they have a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. It's the aliens in some sort of craft spaceship of the bottomless pit. The doorway, the stargate to another dimension. And now, rational people say like, yeah, you found it out very well, but I don't believe shit of it. Well, they put this stargate on ground zero on 9/11, and this was explained in the book Arthur C. Clarke 2001: A Space Odyssey. Of course, 2001. It had to do with 9/11. This was published, this book, 33 years in 1968 before 9/11, before 2001. That cannot be a coincidence, of course. And in this book is Saturn, almost the same. The bottomless pit. It's all there in this book. It's explained that one of us, one of the humans, goes to Saturn, and there, when he's very close, he sees this opening of a stargate, the bottomless pit of 9/11. And what did they make on ground zero? Yes, they made it exactly like in this book. Exactly the same. This monument on ground zero is the stargate, the connection to another dimension that's described in 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's a fact. That's a fact. And why, how can that be? Why would they go through all the effort? Well, because the aliens are real. What other explanation could there be? I mean, this is not misleading, because nobody understands. They did it for themselves. They like to make monuments. They also call themselves monuments. They also call themselves the monument man. It is not misleading. All these people that walk around it have no idea. The idiots. So this 9/11 monument of the bottomless pit, it comes back it's from this moon Jupiter that is close to Saturn. It's described in this book 2001: A Space Odyssey. Is it then all true? I don't know, but it seems to be true. Why else would they really make this monument of a stargate on ground zero? Why would they do 9/11 exactly on 9/11? Then we have the eye. This is one of the most common symbols. And the eye, it goes back to the eye of Ra, of the Satan figure in Egyptian religion. So yes, again, it goes back to Egypt. And this eye has to do with the bottomless pit that we just saw. The bottomless pit is on ground zero, 9/11. Okay, we'll continue with this. In the book 2001: Space Odyssey is described that a stargate is in an eye. So we can connect things. This human in his little spaceship, he goes to Saturn. But instead of ending up on Saturn, he ends up on this moon of Saturn, Japetus. And on Japetus, it's like a black rock, but there's a white shape like an eye. So he sees that when he gets closer and closer to this moon of Saturn. He says he sees the eye shape. And then he sees a big cube. That's strange. That's described in his book 2001, A Space Odyssey. This black cube. And with some of you, bells will go off in your head. Hey, like the black cube? I've heard of that many times in movies, in comic books. Yeah, that's true. And it's also the black cube from Mecca. And this black cube in Mecca is called the Kaaba. From the Kabbalah, of course. It's all connected. Always it's the Jews and the aliens. And this black cube in Mecca is in an eye. How about that? I've explained it before, but if you did not know it, I mean, this is incredible. It's really in an eye. So in this book is described that the cube suddenly turns into a black hole, a stargate. That's the stargate on ground zero. And he goes with his spaceship closer and closer, and then he sees all the stars. He sees another universe, because it's a connection to another universe. And then it says, into the eye. Come on, people. They spell it out for us. But it's hidden, difficult to find. It's in this book. Into the eye. He goes into the stargate, and then he goes faster and faster, and he goes to another universe. So, here we have it finally. It took too long, sorry about that, but it was very difficult. Better late than never. This eye on Japetus with the black cube, and then it turns into a black hole. When they show all these eyes in the media, this is what they imply that it symbolizes. The eye with the black hole in it, the pupil is the black hole. That's it. This is it. All the symbolism from the one eye is the stargate. It's the alien stargate. It means aliens are real. This is their symbolism, and you are looking at it. That's incredible. If you want to read it, put it on pause, read it. I'll go through it as quickly as I can. So you have in Mecca, you have this cube as described in 2001 The Space Odyssey. And then in New York, they made like what it turns into. He gets closer with his spaceship, and then the cube suddenly implodes, and it becomes this bottomless pit from 9/11, the Stargate. So it all fits. This 9/11, they have a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. And this is the bottomless pit, and it is described in 2001 The Space Odyssey. That's it, people. That's incredible. And this is apparently a picture of Japetus from NASA. Yeah, we cannot trust them, I know. But they have here the black and the white. Yes, and if there was some eye shape in the black that was white, yeah, it's possible. It's a very strange moon. Can we believe NASA that this is a real picture? I don't know. But it fits in with the other things. So here we have it. We are looking at these commercials. Old commercials, new commercials, doesn't matter. It's the eye with the Stargate. Incredible. But now we can finally understand why they make all this effort. Eterna, the watch, it's a reference to eternal, of course. Here the pentagram from the devil. All these things are hidden everywhere. The one eye, the Stargate. The Stargate. We are looking at an alien Stargate. That's why they make the one eye everywhere. Everywhere there's one eye. It's incredible. But this is typical alien. I mean, it's genius. It's to the point, accurate. With this commercial for some sort of deodorant or so, I don't know. And she goes into the eye. But the whole perfume industry, fashion industry, it's totally controlled by the Zionist Jews. I'm not saying the Jews, because there are also good Jews, but the Zionist Jews, they control the perfume industry, the fashion industry, and they put all this symbolism out there. And then you look at real eyes, but also at these made-up eyes, and it also makes you think of an eye, of course, and it makes you think of an eye, makes you think of the stargate on Jupiter's, how the aliens came to us. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Then we have the OK sign. Yes, it makes a 6. That's totally correct. It's satanic. So people who thought that, they are 100% right. Here's the eye again with CBS. Because these aliens, they're not aliens and UFOs, of course not. If they are real, I don't know, but they seem to be real, then they are interdimensionals and they're totally manipulating us. That is their pastime. We are the alien ant farm and they like to manipulate us. So they control the media through the Zionist Jews. Zionist Jews and aliens, if this theory is correct, they are like this, totally connected. And already in the Vedas, they were talking from this Hinduism, these books, they talk about shapeshifters that came to our world to wreak havoc. And in this Jewish production, Zionist Jewish production, Pac-Man, yes, it's not the mainstream media, it's not some politician telling you it, it's hidden. They're telling us that you can go through these wormholes. This is of course, a space worm. It's half worm, half wormhole. You can go in there to another dimension. I mean, that's how they explain all these things. And then the professor in this series, he says, this is the symbol for a wormhole. So there you have it. Yeah, I had to search for it, but I found it. Yeah, it's not easy to find the truth. It was in the Vedas that these aliens are coming. They came to us. And it is in a modern Jewish production. This is the symbol for a wormhole. And what do they use with the meditating? Yes, this, the symbol for a wormhole, for a stargate. I mean, that all fits. It all makes sense. So this is the symbol for a stargate, a connection, how they come to our world, from another dimension. But also the 6 from Satan. But it means both things, and it makes perfect sense. Because Revelation 9:11, the angel of the bottomless pit is like this stargate, and the angel of the bottomless pit is the aliens. So the bottomless pit is metaphor for stargate, and this Satan, this aliens, this Satan is a metaphor for the aliens. So we have the aliens and the bottomless pit from this 9/11. But we also have in the Bible, it says that Satan is represented by this number, 666, is the number of his name. So the 6 also means the aliens, because Satan is just a metaphor, Satan, for the aliens. So the 6 symbol, you make the 6, that's for Satan. At the same time, you make the symbol for a wormhole. So it's a combination of 2 things that make perfect sense. It means a wormhole and also the aliens that move through it, combined. So this 6 is one of the best symbols out there, because it symbolizes so much. And it's so important if this is all true. If this is all true, then what Trump is doing all the time, he's certainly making the 6 sign for satanic. He's a Satanist. That's a fact. But if this is all correct, then he's also making the sign for a stargate. But that's pretty damn shocking. So all these politicians that make this sign, and he does it so, it's not a coincidence. Of course, he makes it so many times. He knows exactly what he's doing. But all these famous people that make this sign, they know what they're doing. it's satanic. It's a 6 for Satan. But does it also mean the stargate for the aliens? Yeah, probably. It seems so. Especially because this 9/11 from the Bible is very old, of course. It's over 2,000 years old. If it was only in these modern movies, then I would agree with you. It could all be, or with you, or with somebody who doesn't believe all this stuff. I would agree with that person. If it was only in modern movies, it could be made up. But it's already in the Bible. And that makes it so believable for me. There's also the combination of the eye. So this is the stargate on Jupiter's. The stargate to another dimension, the eye. And the 6 symbol for the wormhole. These two things are also combined sometimes. That's strange. It doesn't happen a lot. Sometimes they do it. This guy has a concert with the color purple that I like so much. And he does it in front of the audience. And Lady Gaga does it. And she implies she's alien. Or you think a human looks like this. Some of these other famous people do it too. And what this means is that the hand is the wormhole, like this, where you go into, and the eye is like the stargate, like the station, and you could say the train station is this, and this, the hand, is like the railway that the train moves on. These two things. I will explain it in a few seconds. But it came back in this series from Morgan Freeman, Through the Wormhole. That's, of course, well, it says it all.
Space, time, life itself. The secrets of the cosmos lie through the wormhole.
Well, if you pay a lot of attention, they will see many things are explained here. I mean, this wormhole, then they turn it, and then this becomes a wormhole. And then there's a big light, and there's the eye. So the eye, you could say, is the entrance to the wormhole, like the train station or so, this thing on Jupiter's. And when you go through it, then you are actually in the wormhole, and in the wormhole there's no time. So that's what they always show with the clock. Time is different in a wormhole. That's why they show this clock. Then go through the wormhole, and then the aliens, they come to Earth. So that was very difficult to find out. I didn't understand it at first, but it's like this: the hand and the eye. You have the eye, that's this stargate on Jupiter's, and the hand is the wormhole itself. So the aliens, probably, it seems so crazy, but why is it everywhere? They go into the stargate, then on this side that you cannot see, they from another universe, and they go through the stargate, and then they go through the wormhole, and then they go in another dimension. And that's what they imply with this hand before the eye. And why, if it's not true what I'm saying, why is it everywhere? Or everywhere, I mean, it's very hidden, explained in this one book, 2001: A Space Odyssey. There it's explained, and then they show it in the media in some places. But nobody understands what it means. Well, some people, they understood that this was 6 and that it's satanic. Yeah, that's totally true, because Satan is a symbol for the aliens. And then we have the triangle that Trump also makes, and it comes in the Illuminati card game with the eye again for Satan. And the symbol here in the Illuminati card game is that this means danger. And this is again the stargate. You have to Stay with the simple, basic things all the time. This is the stargate on Jupiter. That's how the aliens came to us. And the hand is then the Hasidic rabbis that do all the actual work for them on earth. And we are manipulated. We are the puppets, and they are the puppet masters. That's what's so... Well, the essence of our world is explained in this one picture. I mean, there are geniuses at explaining things with just one picture, showing us so much. They like this symbolism, but they're very good at it. Well, if you didn't understand it, put it on pause and then think about it. What the eye means, the pyramid is danger, and this light or this electricity around is the knowledge of Satan. So the knowledge of these aliens. So these Hasidic rabbis, they use the knowledge of the aliens to manipulate all the people on earth. That's what's explained there. So it comes back in a lot of videos, this triangle, danger. It comes back in the dollar. The stargate of Jupiter again. Here's the stargate. And the triangle for the danger. And here the light. Well, when they enter our world, apparently, they also explained it in Gravity Falls, in the atmosphere or in space, the edges are burning. That's what they show, what happens in real life if they exit this wormhole. I don't know if it's all true, but they show it. And then this triangle comes back a lot. And it means danger. We are evil. We are dangerous. This new 9/11 skyscraper with the triangle. Of course, that they did it. Triangle in space. Johnny Depp with the triangle on his hand. He works for them. Triangle. Freemasons, the eye, like in the dollar, and the triangle, and the two pillars, Bachin and Joas, that the Twin Towers also symbolized. Triangle, well, it's everywhere. And then you have the triangle upside down, and that means aliens. So this on Earth, the triangle means the danger on Earth, the Hasidic rabbis that work for them, and upside down pyramid means literally the aliens above us. This is from the guy that made the Pink Floyd albums. The danger above us, the aliens. And in the movie Oblivion, the alien space station also was an upside down triangle. So we have the danger on Earth and the danger above us, the aliens. And where is it connected? Yes, in the flag of Israel. Israel is the alien state. It's the only one that connects the aliens above us and the danger on Earth. The aliens on Earth, the Hasidic rabbis, the Satanists, the Zionists that work for them. And it's connected in Israel. And that's why all countries behind the scenes are ruled by the Zionist Jews. Zionist Jews, aliens like this. Again, this is proof. And in South Park, this another Jewish production. Almost all these things on TV are Jewish productions. They have explained this. The Cartman is asleep, and then he falls asleep and he's dreaming. Then he comes to his house, he sees a black woman, and she says, "There's people in trouble, Eric. They need to be shown the way." And he says, "I don't know the way, Angie Mama. When you're stuck, look to the pyramids. It's always Egypt. It's always these two pyramids, pyramids of Giza. You have to find out what they really mean." They got it wrong, child. The world is upside down. So when you see these pyramids, you should not see them like this, but you have to see them like this. They are alien. But they cannot they cannot build them like this. That's impossible. So they built them like this. Now they represent the danger on Earth of the Zionist Jews, the Satanists, the aliens that are on Earth. But if you really want to understand everything, you have to see them like this. The danger comes from above us, from space. That's what it means. The world is upside down. I mean, this is epic. Like this stargate on Jupiter, that's the eye. You have to understand that. The world is upside down. You have to understand it. The monument on 9/11, you have to understand it. So these are three very important things that you have to understand. The world is upside down. And then they show the pyramids, literally how they are in Egypt, the pyramids of Giza. Pyramid of Giza with the other pyramid. Tell them they got it backwards. You got it backwards. You think that the presidents mean well. Governments are good. But no, it's the other way. They are evil. Like live shows on TV really mean evil. You got it all backwards. They don't mean well. They want to kill you. Sorry. They got what backwards? On the whole world. The intentions of the ones that rule us, for example. They want to kill us. They want to kill their own people, the governments in the West. They want to kill the white race. That's why we have mass immigration. And this is also explained in South Park. South Park is a Jewish Zionist production. And they give us a very small chance. They give us the truth. And then she, bang, turns into an upside down pyramid. Meaning the danger comes from above us, from the aliens. And then he wakes up. So that's it. Satanism turns everything around. Put it on pause if you don't know it. What we think is earthly, like the pyramids in Egypt, is alien. Put it on pause if you don't know it. And I'll continue as quickly as I can. We have the V sign. Well, famous people make it, and a little bit famous people. And all these girls, and it's in the media. This guy who designed all the Pink Floyd stuff, he knew exactly what he was doing, probably. And Churchill, he already made a Star Trek sign because he's an old rabbi sign. It has nothing to do with Star Trek. The V sign, all these girls, ha 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 ha, ha ha ha, why genocide, ha ha ha. It's all a joke, no consequences. Holy shit, people are dumber than shit. It's an insult to shit. And who made this V sign with the eye? Israel, with the Eurovision Song Festival. And they put it also in Pulp Fiction. The eye and the pyramid, again in another combination. It's in the dollar, V sign, and the tongue, the V sign. All these girls copying it. They don't understand it. So the V, it means, of course, the upside down pyramid. If you make so, the V, this is wide and it becomes smaller, it's an upside down pyramid. That's what it means. And then with the tongue, Nicki Minaj does it here, and Miley Cyrus does it a lot. It is from a religion, from this Hindus, and this Vedas, Hinduism. It's Kali, the god of destruction. And that's why she has all these skulls, all these deaf people, all this death everywhere, killing, murder. And then people think, well, religion, it's innocent, and the Bible is wrong, but this Hinduism is great. No, they are all misleading, and they all have evil things in it. But especially it's Hinduism. Then you have this beautiful women in the media that are movie stars and singers and so on. They are all Satanists. Here she makes the one eye. We know what it means now. It's a stargate from Jupiter. The tongue is a tongue from Kali, the death god from Hinduism. And then all these ugly common girls, they copy these stars because they are the example. They are the most beautiful. And we copy, of course, what the most beautiful do. Yeah, that's how we are, monkeys. We don't think, we copy. Oh my god, it's pathetic. Pathetic. But okay, I mean, they have no brains. If you understand things, you should warn them. The Rolling Stones logo, they even admitted it. Yeah, it's the tongue from Kali. Yes, it's true. But what is it really? Is there something behind this? Yes, I think so. I think it's an alien tongue. Because probably these aliens are real. They are alien lizards. And what is typical for lizards? The tongue. Like a snake. The tongue goes out. The tongue. That's why they made Kali with the tongue. That's why NASA, this is why somebody else figured it out. Very smart. It's, yes, a lizard tongue. Yeah. So aliens, highly likely that's all true. Why else would all these symbolisms and hints be everywhere? And the tongue comes back in this Mayan religion in South America. Also the tongue. Because all these religions come from the same source. They all come from the aliens. They all made them up to manipulate the people, to control them, to play with them. That's why much of this symbolism is the same in different religions, because the source is always the same. It's the aliens. That's why this Maya religion was also so bloody, so awful, so violent, like all these movies that we have now. And they do all these things with blood, just like these rabbis drink blood from babies, but probably it's much worse. Look up this Rabbi Finkelstein interview. He says they kill young boys to drink their blood, and then they sell the meat to McDonald's. Yeah, I mean, we live in a horrible world, if you know the truth. So what these girls are doing with their tongue, and with all these signs, they think it's all harmless, and yeah, it's fun, and they do it because famous people do it. But what they're really doing is paying honor to, or copying what these are lizards, alien lizards that eat people. I mean, isn't that insane? I mean, we saw these false Jews, these Hasidic rabbis that drink blood. I mean, it's a very little step to aliens really eating us. But then these girls say, I do the tongue, I do the tongue. You're doing the tongue probably of an alien lizard that eats people. I mean, that's insane. Unbelievable. So the eye and the hand, aliens through the wormhole, that's probably the most impressive one, because so much is combined there. And this was already shown in a very old cartoon on TV. And it's shown exactly in the right way. It has to do with space travel. Like the space travel, it's all fake. From NASA and IS, I would say ISIS, but IS, it's all fake. But the only way you can probably really travel through space, however space looks, I don't know, we're all fooled by NASA. The only way you can travel is through wormholes, and it's symbolized by this hand signature, hand sign. They already showed it the correct way in this old Woody Woodpecker cartoon. Well, they show it exactly the right way. If you really want to travel through space, then zoom, you have to go through a wormhole. That's the only way. All these rockets and so, it's fake. the hand for the wormhole and the eye. Well, draw your own conclusion. I think it's all real.